It's interesting to stop and really kind of give a story perspective on this. And what's really weird, not only is this extremely dysfunctional, but how in the world is this an act of faith? It's like they're tripping all over themselves here. Isaac tried to bless the wrong son. And how is that an act of faith? And why would Isaac be given credit in Hebrews 11, part of the hall of faith, for this act of being deceived? Well, first of all, that Isaac was actively faithful in passing on the promise. And so this promise that's given to Abraham that all nations be blessed through him, and descendants be numerous as the sea, sand on the seashore, and the stars in the sky. And he wanted to pass that promise along. And so that's an act of faith, just simply doing that, remaining faithful to the Lord. And then to bless his descendants. And so not only did he want to pass the promise on, but he really did want to bless his descendants. He cared about his sons. He wanted them to grow up and be strong men who were faithful and who honored the Lord. And so he still blesses Esau even after he'd already given the big blessing away. And then here's a really good picture, that God can even use our failures. Even when we're kind of stumbling along and we make the wrong decisions, God can still use those failures. And so just simply by stepping out in faith, we can trust the Lord as sovereign to handle any kind of mistakes that we make. And so this is called an act of faith on the part of Isaac for at least these reasons, if not more. So it kind of brings up the question, well, what exactly is a blessing? What exactly is a blessing? And then why couldn't Isaac just revoke that? Well, the blessing would be kind of like the last words of a dying parent to the children. And these are really critically important, the last things that a parent gets to say to their child ever. So it's really important. And just think, I don't know if you've ever seen someone give their last words, or when you think about someone's last words to you, how impactful those are. It's also a prayer. You're basically standing with the Lord, and you're praying, you're trusting God with the future of your children. And so he's giving this prayer that Lord would bless this child, bless these children as they grow old, may be with them all the days of their life. And in this case, it's also prophetic. And because this was a special instance where Isaac was speaking as a prophet, he's speaking the words of God over what would be accomplished through Jacob. And so this is what a blessing was. And then Isaac did not revoke it because he remembered 25:23. He knew who was supposed to be blessed. The challenge was when he knew who was supposed to be blessed, that truth, that fact, came up against the fact that he loved Esau more. And so God used trickery so that Isaac would do what he was supposed to do. But then once it happened, Isaac realized, this has been done, this is of the Lord, I cannot undo it. And so that's why the blessing wasn't just simply revoked.